Welcome to the GCN Tech Show.
Alex and I are back this week and, well, we're talking about the high cost of bikes. If you think that new bikes are too expensive, we're going to give you some solutions as to what you can do about it.
And this week's show also marks a significant landmark in history and time because tomorrow is Ollie's birthday. Plus, in Hot Tech, we also have new tyres, a super speedy new gravel bike from Cannondale, new tubeless sealant, and Ollie's birthday present, as well as comments of the week and the bike vault. Yeah, we even got cake and everything.
Oh. So, our main talking point this week is if you think that new bikes are too expensive, then we're going to tell you what to get instead.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay. What got us thinking about this was our video that we put out last weekend on counterfeit products and fake products and how bad they are in general, but also for cycling. Yeah. Because the reaction to this video was mixed. And, you know, we love the fact that we operate in a platform where we get comments and, you know, we love to listen to what people say and respond to that.
It's a safe space, but boy, did it get spicy in the comments.
Yeah, and this really took me off guard and surprised me. So what we're talking about is a general sentiment of comments where people were saying, such as this one from D. Cassidy, this would dry up and counterfeits wouldn't be a problem if bikes weren't so damn expensive. An S-Works SL8 in Canada is $18,000 plus tax, and a Kawasaki Ninja is $14,000. That motorbike bike comparison being made. Neil GJ said, takeaway, unfortunately, if you're not being ripped off by the price, then it's probably a fake.
MTV Scotland, probably wouldn't have so much issue with counterfeiting if prices weren't so stupidly high. Shall I do the last one as well?
As Schrodinger the cat said, just because it's made in China doesn't automatically make it crap.
True.
The media has done a good job of making it seem like everything manufactured there is somehow bad, just like any country. There are good and crappy things made. People need to understand this about counterfeit items as opposed to genuine items. So many people seem to think that made in China is the same as fake. And that was a key point that we were trying to make, is that absolutely isn't the case.
Yeah, we need to address this first.
Yeah. So the first thing is that fake stuff is highly illegal.
Yeah.
Right. It's not the same as legitimate stuff made in China, of which there is loads of great stuff. So, we've, featured lots of brilliant direct-to-market, sort of relatively newer Chinese brands.
Well, we've got some examples. We've got things like Yolio, Windspace, Elite Wheels, Sensei, to name just a few of the good brands that are out there. And as you said, we've showcased and discussed these products on the GCN Tech and GCN channel. And we feel that they do make good quality products that are fairly priced.
There's a lot of really good competitively priced stuff coming out of China. It's a big thing right now and it's great to see.
Yeah, I think one of the key things here is that those brands that we've just been discussing are kind of incentivized, and they almost have to make a really good quality product and also be really competitively priced. They're forced into that. Now, one of the reasons...
The reason why, if they don't do those things, they will get sued because they're a legitimate business. If you're riding their bike and it breaks when you're going down a mountain and you have a horrific crash,
fall back on.
You take them to court because they're a legitimate business. The other thing is that as a legitimate business, they're trying to grow a brand and create a successful business. They want repeat custom.
Yeah.
And if you make a fire and forget crap product that you're just trying to dupe someone into buying, there's no recourse on that. They're not bothered. They're just trying to swizz you and then swizz the next person.
Yeah.
So they are incentivized to make something good.
I completely agree. What I was going to say, your points I think are far more important than what I was going to say. I was saying they just haven't got that brand history and heritage to almost trade off of.
No.
People, if you don't make a good product and it is too expensive, people just aren't going to buy it. They're not going to buy it for the name because they haven't established themselves yet.
So that's the first big thing I want to clear up. The other thing is it wasn't in the video, but one of the things that Andrew Love, Brand Protection Manager Specialised, was very clear on pushing was that the Chinese authorities are really keen on clamping down on illegal activities.
Oh yeah.
And he felt that they were almost more strict on this than Western authorities.
Well,
they were really big on it,
yeah,
and very, very cooperative, which was interesting. But I think the one thing I'd say is, like, with fake stuff, like, a lot of people buy, like, fake watches, fake handbags, right, from designer brands. Yeah, okay, you know, if you want to buy that stuff, like, fair enough.
Yeah.
But the big difference between that stuff and cycling stuff is that I'm not relying on a fake watch to save my life and stop me careering off a cliff and an Arnco rail when I'm descending Alpe d'Huez at 70k an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as simple as that. Like, a lot of cycling stuff, your safety and potentially your life does depend on it. And that's not us being, like, alarmist. You've seen fake helmets just don't have the internal safety structures in them that the real ones have. You know, fake handlebars can snap in your hands, like the brakes. Shimano's had a big problem with fake brakes. Like, the backing plates can come off, off the actual brake pads. Your brakes could fail. Look, it's a free country.
It's terrifying thinking about it, though, because
people are free. Like, if you want to buy fake stuff, like, we can't stop you. Like, if you want to buy it, one of the freedoms afforded to you, you can go and buy fake stuff. I'd never buy something fake.
No, I certainly, when it falls to a category that is safety related or even just a technical product, because that's where the innovation and stuff lies, and you want the safety and the product to actually work in the technical way it's intended to.
Yeah, there's no incentive for fraudsters to make something safe.
No.
They just want to make it look like the original so that you buy it. Like,
it needs to pass as the real thing.
The thing
online.
is, right, it's like the people making this stuff are baddies, right? Yeah. They're bad dudes. And
girls.
The other thing that people, the other thing is they're not paying tax. No. Like, they're not like... Everything is made more expensive. Yeah. Like, if you're complaining about the price of things, like, everything is made more expensive by the actions of criminals and fraudsters operating in that space.
Because everyone else is having to pick up the tab for all the other stuff.
Well, yeah, but you know, as part of being a legitimate business, you have to work within the rules and frameworks that we have as a you know, modern society.
Yeah,
and they're operating outside of that.
What I actually found interesting in your video was how it seems like for some marketplaces, I know Amazon was one of the examples discussed, it seems so crazy to think that on the face of it, they just don't care because the sale is done out the way and it's done, ticked off. They've had their little bit of money.
Yeah, because they're not being currently held accountable.
Yeah, so, I mean, that was an aspect that I thought shocked me more than anything.
Yeah. But what we said at the start is, like, you know, what could you do instead? What are the alternatives? Because that's the thing that I want to address, because, you know, there are a lot of people, rightly so, are saying that a lot of these top-end, you know, luxury bikes are like just too expensive now. And
I kind of
really
do agree. In a way, I do agree.
Cycling has got really expensive. We see that, yeah. And so they're going, well, that's why I would buy a fake thing. Well, what we're saying is, if you think that bikes are too expensive, like, there are alternatives.
And good alternatives.
So the first thing we've sort of already touched on, which is that there are direct-to-consumer Chinese brands emerging now that are a competition in the free market, as you know, that are offering, you know,
warranties,
really good
like
products,
customer support, and they've established a reputation.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
And you're getting a lot of bang for your buck with a lot of that stuff, and it's good to see. But the other thing, the ultimate thing, I would say, is used bikes.
We've said this a million times before. I still think people are missing out a little bit here on this. Everyone looks at the top and goes, oh, it's too expensive, and then forgets about the fact you can get these bikes that are maybe even a year old sometimes, and they're like so much cheaper. And you can go down the price points and you can get some mega bargains. Yeah.
I think, we've done a lot of really good content over the last few years and fairly recently on used bikes and trying to communicate that message of, like, you know, how good used bikes are compared, you know, and like how to find a really good used bargain and what to look for, because you have to be aware of certain things and you have to be a little bit more knowledgeable about what you're buying. But if you want bang for your buck, the ultimate bang for your buck is a used bike. Don't buy a fake. I would say buy a used bike if you're struggling on the price.
I like that. If there's ever a good point to end on, that is it. Please do get involved in the comments section down below. Like, I think it is a really divisive subject, and everyone is fired up to share their opinion on it. So please do. We'll pick out some of the best ones and we'll read them out. Right, it's now time for hot and spicy tech. So at the start of the show, it's the birthday week. This is a birthday hot tech special. Right, a couple of good bits. First, I've got cakes.
Oh, wow.
No expense spared here. Red velvet cupcakes from Sainsbury's. If you don't live in the UK, it would be, don't know, your general supermarket or superstore.
Walmart.
Of Walmart. And then also, if you think this was amazing, you're actually going to be amazed by this. Right?
What is this?
I've been super excited to give you this for ages. Yeah, right. This is Ollie's genuine reaction here.
Oh, what?
Check this out.
That's amazing.
How cool is that?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Right, so while Ollie's taken aback by the kindness and generosity.
Actually amazing.
So this is a Silca like HX1 like little toolkit, custom laser etched and engraved on the top.
With my face on it.
With your face. We've got GCN. Read the little text around the edge.
Yeah. Established 1985.
Yeah.
Northern Grit.
40 years.
There we go.
Brushed over that bit.
Yeah. People can do maths. People can work it out.
Yeah, whatever. So I spent ages going backwards and forwards with Josh from Silca to sort the like logo and stuff out.
Oh, it's amazing.
And, yeah, there you go. Happy birthday, mate. Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, it's good. Should we save the cakes for the end of the show?
Yeah, go on then.
Save them, yeah.
Cool.
Right, normal service resumed. Because, right, talking of Silca actually. Big news. New Silca Ultimate Tubeless Sealant.
I've got the old one here.
Yeah.
Right, we're proper nerds, right? So we get excited about this kind of stuff.
People know that already.
Right?
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Big difference, I'll quickly explain.
Yeah.
This is the old Silca sealant, right? And you can see in the bottle, at the bottom you have to shake it, it's got like these little strands in it.
Yeah.
Right? These fibres. Now these fibres are like platelets in your blood. They're really good at clotting.
Yeah.
But almost maybe like a little bit too good at clotting. In that this sealant, you can't inject it through a valve. You have to pour it into the tyre, then fit the tyre back on and then do it up. And also it means that the sealant is going to sort of cure and go off a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Right?
It's basically, that sealant was one of the best performing tubeless sealants out there. And the people asked for two things. They said, we want to inject it through the valves and we want it to last a little bit longer. So the boffins at Silca, right, spent 2.5 years making this. And they now say it stays liquid for at least 6 months. You can inject it through the valves and it still has carbon fibres in it, but a revised
little ones,
like
little
composition.
Ones.
But
like
it can
smaller platelets,
but it can still seal holes up to 7.5 millimeters in size. If you got a 7.5 mil hole in your tyre, it's bloody massive. I'm excited. Do you know who else was excited about this?
Who?
Which did surprise me. Sai.
Really?
He was buzzing.
Really?
Yeah, he says he was going home and he's going to set his tubeless tyres up fresh with this stuff. There you go. Heard it here first. Sai's big on tubeless now. Also, CO2 safe is worth mentioning. The old sealant wasn't CO2 safe, so if you used a canister, it was going to like dry the sealant up quick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, good update on that. Right, next up.
It's not got ammonia in it either. A lot of sealants have ammonia in, which is quite not the nicest stuff.
Good to point out some sciencey stuff
Yeah.
there, actually. I like that. Right, there's a new Cannondale gravel bike. It's called the SuperX Lab 71, or is it the Supercross? I don't actually know. Do you know? SuperX, Supercross? Anyway, right, I've got some stuff here. This is like a tricked out bling race gravel bike, okay? Cannondale saying it's the ultimate gravel race machine crafted in the lab for just one thing, taking the lead and staying there.
Could be Super 10.
Yeah,
Could be. If you're a Roman.
Real curveball thrown out there. Basically, it's on the lightweight side of things. It's ultra lightweight carbon zero frame, proportional response construction. And this range topping one, which I think we'll have a picture of now, has got like SRAM Red Explore access, reserve wheels, 40mm tyres, like one piece cockpit integrated cable routing, and they say it's for elite gravel racing, KOM hunting, and going like hell.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
Rate it.
Pricey though, I think we're in the region of almost £13,000, which I think is like $15,000, maybe more. We'll have all the pricing up on screen if we can.
It's because it's the Lab 71, which is their like premium top spec carbon fibre crazy frame.
For everyone that isn't a millionaire, there is a version you can get which gives you sort of almost all of the same features and functionality, 100 grams lighter, but 3.5 times cheaper. So that's probably the bike for everybody.
I think this has just made me think there is something else we need to talk about, like the talking point. Okay, that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And this has just made me sort of think it more like just how expensive this new gravel bike is. And it's that thing of, I feel that a lot of people in like, you can see in the comments, like people are like annoyed at the price of stuff.
Yeah.
That's fair to say, right?
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
But what I find strange about this is I feel that people don't get annoyed at the price of other things. Like if you look at, say, like a crazy luxury watch, you know, some like Richard Mille or like Patek Philippe watch that's like 100 grand. Like people are just like,
cool.
Or like a yacht or like the new Ferrari per Sangue, whatever it's called, comes out. People aren't like offended by the sort of rip-off price of that.
I'm going to go on a yacht video. I'm going to be like, this is ridiculous that this yacht should not cost $15 million.
Yeah, but like there's that. So you've got a strange situation where when the high-end luxury, super high-end bike comes out, that people are then sort of getting offended at the price of it. But I do feel like, so I've been thinking about why is that? And I think it's because you feel that is something you should be able to afford. Yeah. Because historically, more people could afford like the top end Tour de France bike. Yeah. It's like if you look at disproportionately like what the bike that won the Tour de France cost, say 20 years ago, it was a lot more in reach than say what it is now. And I think that's why people still feel that they should be able to afford it. So that's why it then annoys people that it's got a lot more. People see how the price has sort of gone up a lot more beyond inflation, kind of thing.
Disproportionately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a really good analogy and take on it. Yeah, I'm with you on that. We did go off topic there.
I know, but I just thought, I don't know, it was
Talking of high performance and luxury things, Pirelli have launched a limited edition high performance tyre. Okay, it's a P0 Race Nero, and essentially it's a special edition version with new packaging. The sidewall logos are subtle and different, but also the texture on the sidewall of the tyre has got this new finish on it. I'm trying to find it here. It's a high contrast sidewall finishing, and they say it features a velvet touch, which is a special technology designed from Pirelli's ultra-high performance car tyres in their Pirelli Prestige segment. So this is like, it's designed as like a more niche premium product for people that have got, you know, those maybe sort of historic style bikes where you really want something a little bit different that stands out from the crowd a bit. So yeah, we'll have some pictures up on screen. Pretty cool tyre nonetheless. Just thought I'd share with everybody.
Nice. Yeah. Right. I mean, I just really want the new RS tyre. It's not a special edition or anything. No. But with the tan
retro
sidewall,
edition.
The retro sidewall on the new RS.
I actually had a conversation with the powers that be at Pirelli the other week, and I tell you, there's some exciting stuff in the pipeline.
You've not been to the factory though, have you? Did I ever tell you about how I went to the Pirelli HQ?
No. Never mentioned it. Please tell me more.
Pretty cool place. They don't let any old riffraff go there.
Ah, you joker. Fair. You played that well then. You played that well. Right, also, we can't end Hot Tech without mentioning the fact that Zwift Academy Ep.2 drops in just a couple of days over on GCN. It's going to be an absolute banger. So get all of your notifications turned on, turn them up to the max to make sure you don't miss out. It goes live. You're still cracking up about the Pirelli factory.
No, do you know what? I'm cracking up about a tech thing in the comments under the Zwift Academy vid. Yeah. There were people complaining about the handlebar because they all got given an amazing like air road.
I saw this. This is the first thing I said.
People complaining about some of the riders having handlebars that were wide, like some of the female riders, saying that their handlebars are too wide, or like Canyon doesn't make bikes for like women that have like appropriately sized handlebars.
Yeah.
I was like,
they're adjustable.
As a tech nerd, I was like,
yeah,
they're like that bar's bike. The bars are adjustable. You can make them narrower, and they go down to like 36.
First thing I said in my head was watching that Zwift Academy episode 1 was like, for the love of God, somebody undo those bolts and slide the bars in for me.
Well, what Sai was obviously on the ground and like, and he was saying that they had the option to like have the bikes all set up properly to their bike fit and their like adjustments and stuff. So if they're that wide, it's because they've chosen it.
That's a good point to make.
There you go.
Anyway, if you don't want to wait until Saturday for Zwift Academy episode 2, here's a little teaser trailer for you. Cue the VT.
This is going to test their bike handling skills just as much as their strength and fitness, because these are no F1 circuits. These are tight, technical kart tracks. And so if there's any weakness in their bike handling skills, our coaches are going to be able to spot it straight away.
Always on the long line, always.
And now push again, push!
Elliot's literally just crashed.
Let's see the end result.
I mean, I'll be nervous for this challenge.
Come on, don't break, come on!
Should be a pretty spicy one.
Here, if you go too fast and the wheels slip, you're on the ground.
Noah has actually already hit the deck.
It's kind of nerve-wracking.
Anything can happen.
Look at this, guys.
Right, it's now time for comments of the week. This is the part of the show where you leave a comment under the video. We read it out.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Well, first up, thanks for Connor for doing the show. Carrying the show last week.
Carried it last week.
Because you went to Silverstone.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be there, but I was on the toilet for an extended period of time and unable to do the show last week. Oh, yeah. Sorry, everyone. So Connor stepped in and, did the show. So thanks for that. So there were lots of comments saying, like from Greg Valencia, saying props to Connor for carrying the show. Loved the dedication. And also people loving Calvin on the show as well. So from Enexiel Gizgizbid says, Calvin is always a great guest to have on. He has a lot of knowledge and character.
Yeah.
Please, more Calvin specials.
I was actually thinking of telling the story about Calvin. Should I tell you anyway?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Well, when he was in Bath, I filmed a couple of videos with him, maintenance video, be out soon. But also, we went for a walk around Bath and he made me film a TikTok for him. And he was walking around.
Calvin's on TikTok?
Yeah.
I'm not even on TikTok.
Park Tools TikTok. I filmed his TikTok for him. He was walking around Bath looking at old bikes and stuff. So
really?
There you go. My favourite thing is that he starts all his TikToks going, Calvin Tool, Park Company. No, Calvin Jones, Park Tool Company.
Hello, Calvin Jones, Park Tool Company.
Really?
Yeah.
Love it.
Right. Do you want to read out a couple of these ones?
Yeah, so some comments on the fake products feared. So Chris Willis says, so I do think these places like Alibaba and Amazon should be held equally liable for the sale of fakes, as it would solve the issue directly. Yeah, I think that's a good point.
Agree completely.
Yeah.
Gavin says, I in no way endorse fakes, but a lot of the reason why these fakes are successful is that the genuine products are ludicrously expensive. Almost every industry is just a big corporate monster after big profit no matter what. Look at Harley Davidson and John Deere and Disney, and the list goes on and on.
I mean, the one thing though is there were quite a lot of comments sort of criticising companies for making profits, but you do kind of have to realise that the world in which we live in is based around the opposite end of the spectrum. If you extrapolate it, is communism, and so the world in which we live in is one of a free market and capitalism, and as a result, I don't think it's a fair criticism to level at companies for wanting to make a profit.
No.
Like, because all companies want to make a profit, otherwise they don't exist and they're a charity.
Yeah, as I say, it becomes a charity.
The world isn't built on altruism, unfortunately.
Well, otherwise there'd be no evolution.
Well, there you go.
That was quite extreme.
Anyway.
Right, now time for the bike vault. It's a little bit more upbeat, actually.
Yeah. Well, you say that, but after last week, I mean, it was like the floodgates were just open. Oh. Anyone that submitted a bike last week, God.
Goodness me.
Gee, it was like, automatically in.
If you want to get involved in the Bike Vault, there's a link in the description of the video which will take you to the GCN uploader where you can put all of the information in and, crucially, the picture of your bike as well.
Connor and Calvin are great, but when it comes to judging the Bike Vault, I'm
not great.
Sorry, no.
Yeah,
there are a lot of qualities between them.
Send Calvin back to Park Tools HQ after that. Right, Alex2727 with an outrageously long description for their bike. It's a gravel stumpy.
What's that?
Let's just look at the picture, shall we?
That's a gravel stumpy, is it?
Yeah, apparently so.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of I think that's cool. I'd love to
That's cool.
hack around town on that.
Tell me if you agree with me or not here.
Yeah.
Is that not 100% the type of bike you can envisage Jacob riding?
Yeah. What,
It
Jacob
is.
is filming the show right now?
Jacob, there you go, come on. This is a bit of you. Right, this is Jacob.
There you guys.
That's a bit of you.
Yeah.
You would ride that.
You'd ride that around Bristol.
Super nice.
Pretty cool, super nice.
Yeah.
Super nice.
I think that's cool. Next up, we've got Mulkill Deep with their bike, which
That's
he
Cannondale.
calls her Vivian. It's got Ultegra 11 speed on it.
Right, let's have a look at Vivian then.
5339 chain set on there. Oh, you know what?
Vivian's got a big ring.
Vivian is an absolute yes, because that's like the old. That is
That's 5339.
That is the. That's just the old Liquigas.
Yeah.
It's the old Liquigas paint job. Like
Sagan vibes.
Well, no, that's.
Is it?
I think that's
that era.
That's the paint job before the Sagan era. That's like the Basso.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The Giro winning Basso paint job.
Okay.
Is more like that.
Well, I love this era and style of bike.
Oh,
Super nice.
I mean, peak road bike.
Yeah, it is peak mine.
Love it. The bottles are mismatched, but I don't care.
We just said we're going to not have the floodgates open, but look at
The
it.
floodgates are open. O Square.
2024 Lightspeed Cherohala. Something like that.
Ooh, do you know what's interesting on this one? 165mm cranks.
That is interesting.
Gone on the Tadej Pogacar short crank bandwagon.
160s. Chloe rides 160s. I've
Yeah?
got 160s on both our bikes. Yeah,
What are you rocking these days?
170s. Although the other day I was washing Chloe's bike and I was like, do you know what? I feel like I might steal your cranks and try the 160s out.
Do you know what? do you reckon you could swap the chain set and she'd notice?
Yeah, I think she would.
She'd notice. You reckon she'd notice?
Yeah,
You should
because
try it and
if
see
you
if
go
she
from
does.
160s to 175s, your salary would be sky high. But 10 mil, I don't reckon you'd notice. Yeah. She's going to watch the show and be like, stay away from my cranks. Okay, the Lightspeed, I'm liking the titanium. It's cool. Wheels are aligned, valves are aligned, tyres are aligned, cranks are aligned. It's a shame it's not quite rested against the wall.
It's a bit of a
leveled
jaunty
way.
angle, weird thing going on. It is a really nice bike though, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's a beautiful bike.
I think we can go super nice on that.
Yeah?
He's aligned, they line the wheels, puts Biggie Smalls, it's like
Mate,
they've
it's
taken
your
all the
birthday,
gubbins.
I don't want to argue.
Yeah, I think that's a nice one. I like the orange bits that are like, there's a theme. That's good.
Matt KW next with a Windspace T1550 Gen 2 realistic race bike.
Oh, interesting.
What do we think the sign is saying behind the picture? I can't quite read it, it's obscured. Something about it would be illegal?
I don't know, but it looks like it's been written in blood. Like,
Let's just,
I do hope the owner of this bike is not a serial killer.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We better be kind on judging it.
Yeah. What's the custom paint graphics on there?
I think this is an option that you have on the Windspace website. Yeah, I was looking the other week.
Really?
Also, that chainring, is this
Big
a
one by Wolftooth chainring, yeah.
I got one of those exact chainrings the other week on my gravel bike. 48 tooth on the gravel bike.
Yeah.
It's not so great for going uphill anymore.
It's a really nice bike, and it's a really nice, but there's just...
Okay.
Right, okay, hang on, wait a minute. We've got the sign written in blood, and then we've got a big circular saw in the background as well. I don't think we can super nice this, because if we super nice a serial killer's bike... Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
If that could come back
It's a slippery slope.
It could come back to hurt.
Slippery slope. Nice.
Yeah.
Towson with a Giant Defy Taipei, Taiwan.
Love Giant Defy.
Love that.
Is
Well,
that
this is really
Wait,
nice.
hang on. Where are we looking here? Oh, yes.
Go on, tell me you know where that is.
I've been there. I have actually been there. Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
It's nice around there. Yeah.
Well,
Went for
what
a
we're
ride
thinking, we
With the guys from Topeka took us around there.
Oh, okay. Oh, I do believe you then, to be fair. Yeah, I know you visited them.
It's a good view, isn't it?
I like this. 105 12-speed mechanical group set. Lightweight CNC cassette. Waxed XTR chain.
Ooh.
Sorry, not a Golden fan. Carbon through axles. I'm sorry, 105. And then you got carbon through axles. Bloody hell, splashing out.
The other person who has is Oleg from Twisted Wheels.
Yeah.
He had carbon through axles in his
Yeah.
modified, Specialised.
The Favera Asioma Pro MX2 pedals. I've actually got a set of those on the go at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What we're thinking? I'd like to supernice this.
I'm going to supernice that because it's also reminded me that we're planning to head over to Taiwan in March, Sinai. And we've got a big ride planned, which I'm really excited about.
Big boy ride.
Big boy ride, yeah.
Super nice. Right, let's make
Creedy
this the last
Graham
one.
is the last one.
With a Veo SL.
Yeah.
Talking of sort of lesser named brands you're not all that familiar with.
Fazari.
Nice build though.
Yeah, I've not seen one of these before.
Looks cool.
It's got a nice raw carbon finish on it, doesn't it? And again, do you know what? 165 cranks.
Yeah.
I mean...
It's like a 165 crank special.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to throw it out there. It's bugging me that the saddle is at that crazy angle, but I really like this bike. It could be presented slightly better, if I'm honest.
Yeah, the
but I
saddle
really like it.
angle suggests that that's probably not the right saddle for you if you're angling it down like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean... Do you know what's actually annoying me about this one?
Come on, get it off your chest.
It's the fact that it's got like sort of these drips.
Like
on
on
the-
a good
on the
turbo
hedges.
session.
Yeah, it's just some sort of like... I mean, it's a problem with a matte finish.
Yeah.
That it's going to show that up. But it just I mean, what is that? Like a big drip of like sweat that's just smeared down the head tube?
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice...
Okay.
It could be a super nice, that one. I think it's a really cool bike.
We
but
could let's request that you resubmit it, please. And if we see it, we'll
minus
pick it out.
the stains.
Minus the stains. Right. That's it. Tech show's over for this week. Birthday special done, dusted. We'll do it again next year, shall we?
Thanks. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah.
Right, see you later. Love you, bye.